What's up, everyone? Welcome to Pandora's Box. Tonight, we are honoring our friend, co host, mentor, buddy, Mikey, otherwise known as Mikey Sutton, but here in the fandom, we call him Mikey. I'm going to try to get through this. It's going to be rough, but I'm going to have fun because Mikey would want us to have fun talking about Mikey fun stuff. And who other, sorry, who better else than Mikey's handpicked co host, Retro Nerd Girl, to join us. What's up, Retro?
Oh man, that was tough.
Those were Mikey jams. I know for a
Yeah.
fact. Me and Mikey used to. I'm on mute. Do you hear me?
No, I think your volume may be a little low.
Let me see. Is this
Um,
better?
yeah, I think. Oh,
Yeah, I think I
in
heard
my
it clear.
opinion, yeah, I think it
Yeah.
is.
All right. Yeah, I
It's
might have
it's
had it.
not it's not mute though. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I might have just had it too low. That was. Yeah. Everybody hear me better now? I'm a mess coming into this probably. But I'll get through it. Yeah, everything's turned up now. I should be good. Y'all hear me now? Better? Yes? No? Let me know. But anyway, yeah, me and
Yeah,
Mikey used
that's
to.
better.
Okay, awesome. Me
Yeah.
and Mikey used to send songs to each other, um, and
Oh.
me and him like old like new wave and old like dark wave and all that. Mikey's music taste was pretty all over the board, but he had a thing for that type of stuff. So like the Cult and the Cure, Sisters of Mercy and all that. That was like stuff right up his alley too. So I played that in a little tribute to him. But I do need to talk about, if you guys look at the top of the comments, I pinned the GoFundMe for Mikey's family because
Mm,
as we know, this was unexpected, and it hit his, unfortunately with these type of events, it does take money to make them happen, and anything we can give to Mikey and his family would be greatly appreciated. If no amount is too small, no amount is too big. So just do what you can if you can. I have it pinned to the top of the comments. Try to give Mikey, let's give him a little push because I believe this GoFundMe ends soon, and the
mhm.
burial is happening I think at the end of this week. So any last minute push would be great to help out Mikey.
Was
But yeah,
was it the eighth or something like that? The eighth.
yeah, I think it's happening
Mm.
pretty soon. So try to get a little last minute push for the GoFundMe for his family because as you know too and I'm sure you all used to hear it. Mikey's mom would come on, you hear her in the background, and Mike would be like, "Oh, well, hold on a minute, everyone," and he would step away. He was taking care of his mom. I believe his sister has stepped into the role, but she has a family too. So yeah, anything could help the family would be great.
Yeah.
And this just goes to show what type of guy Mikey was. Even in his situation, he was still like taking care of his family, even though he wasn't in the greatest health too. And I think
Mhm.
I was like putting things together retro that I think Mikey probably wasn't in the best of health and also didn't let us really know how bad it really was. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think he was like the tough soldier he was just soldiering for, through everything, trying to get this Dreamwalker done, his
That's
novels
right.
done. He wanted to do everything with I think he kind of knew he might have been on borrowed time, and he was trying to accomplish so much with the time he had, you know, trying to get everything
Yeah.
accomplished.
Yeah. Um, I think we're all piecing it together
Yeah.
because like um the first, I would say, couple of days I was like, there were signs. Um, but you can't be sure, right? You can't be
No,
sure because
we don't know for sure. This is just
yeah, it's just something that, kind of makes sense now. Um, and oh no, yes. Um,
mm,
uh, just so sad. I hope that she's in good. His mom is going to recover from that.
yeah,
Um,
it's a rough one to do dealing with that and doing what she's doing with.
yes, the grief and everything, and then the family probably like trying to deal with both situations. It can be really tough.
for
But,
sure.
yeah, I think there were signs, and I guess we all have our things. I don't wanna say them out loud, in public,
No, no, no.
but privately, anybody could ask me, but I think, there were certain things that I noticed, now in hindsight, didn't notice then, but in hindsight, and I was like, you know, he was truly a wonderful person laying down the seeds for us to really, um, grow, and also for, the community of his friends to grow, and also for himself, like, to leave a legacy, and I think he accomplished that. I think he accomplished the concept of leaving a legacy for oneself, especially with the Dreamwalker, um, all the success around Dreamwalker, and just even, like, this being an idea, of fleshing it out, making it into reality, and also, like, it's a show. It's a TV show. Like, he really, worked a lot behind the scenes to make things like that happen,
He really
um,
did. Yeah.
for himself, and it was just really like another incarnation of his life, because he had gone through so many different things in his like life careers, like he had picked up along the way, like
When you did your show for Mikey and you went through basically his resume, he kept quiet about so much stuff he actually did.
yeah, yeah,
Like he never told us about that. Like
yeah.
he was an A&R guy for a record label and selling bands. Like
I know. It's like, wow. He wasn't kidding when he said he loved music, and yeah, it's journalism. Um,
journalism as well. Yeah.
love it. It was lifelong. So he really was. When so many people on the internet was questioning his journalism abilities, they had
Mm-hmm.
no idea that he was
I had no
writing,
idea.
way longer before they were even born, and so it's
Didn't
just,
one he won an Emmy award? Was that what I read?
um,
Something to
no,
that nature?
it was a journalistic, related award. I don't remember exactly which
Yeah.
one, but I'm sure we could find it. But it is, um, quite interesting to see his life, just those bullet points of his life career, if you will. Um, but it doesn't really say like enough for the kind of person he was in real life.
Oh,
Um,
I know. Once you got
and
to know him, you got this like, wow, this dude's a really nice person.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
different and layered and
oh,
funny,
very layered.
and yeah, very layered, very funny. Um, and I was I put together a playlist, of moments. It's called Remembering Mikey Sutton, and it is a collection of a whole bunch of videos in which he, kind of was introducing himself. And I went back and watched some of them, and it's like insanely good, to listen to his voice and hear him laugh, hear, just some of the things that were on his mind he wanted to share with people. And it's it's still so, recent. It's still fresh, you know,
It's still, I mean,
still
it's
doesn't
hard to talk
register.
about it still
Yeah,
because it's still fresh on the mind. The wounds aren't like healed or closed
yeah.
even yet. But, you know, we got to be brave for Mikey and help, raise these funds for his family. So, if,
Mhm.
like I said, look at I have it, the ticker at the bottom and it's at the top of the chat. It's pinned. If you want to contribute anything to Mikey, that would be great. Okay, well, look at this. Mikey's nephew Alex told us Mikey interviewed A Rod back when he started on the Mariners. See, Mikey was just like all over the place with
Yeah,
kid stuff, man.
yeah.
And that was another facet you didn't really hear much about too, is Mikey's love for Seattle teams, the Seahawks and the Mariners. And I wonder if
Oh,
I'm sure he
yeah?
loved. I would bet you he even was a Supersonics fan, or the Sonics, whatever you want to call them, wherever they were. I know there's, to me, they always be the Supersonics, but yeah, I bet you he liked that. But Mikey's just like knowledge of so many things was so cool. I mean, he was perfect for his show, Pandora's Box, a retro show, where he just pull it right from his memory.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's that's just another the darn shame. Well, that we won't have like Mikey there just to, oh yeah, I remember that and this.
Yeah.
Like it was so sharp. And he said after the first stroke, a lot of that stuff was that part of his brain got reinvigorated. Like remembering things and wanting to write and all that, the more creative side, and not the whole, I forget what you call the other side of the brain that's more, I guess, mechanical, where it's just you do it by where the other side of the brain is more creative. And he said his creativity just went off the charts, and it obviously did when he made Dreamwalker.
Of course, yeah.
And what was cool about Dreamwalker is, this dude, he took the community of people he knew, and not just Still Nation. He was pulling other friends from other parts of his life and putting them in Dreamwalker. And it just went to show that he, if you were a friend with Mikey, he paid tribute to you one way or another.
Yeah.
And that was just so cool. Yeah, he basically was a film historian.
Yeah.
Pop culture historian. He just remembered so many things. Very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Frazier?
Hi, Frazier.
I gave you a wrench, Frazier. Don't abuse it. I'm gonna de-wrench you. Hey, no baloney, Anzalone. What's up,
hi.
buddy? Yeah, man, Mikey would he was funny, dude. Like, he would just pull all these just random things that were hilarious. And I want to show a little clip. Remember, I'm sure regular watchers remember Mikey would just come in and just say outrageous things right at the beginning of the show.
Am I gonna blush?
One of them, probably the last one that he did, I'm sure. So if his family's watching, I apologize, but this was Mikey would do to us. Why is we didn't know any of that stuff was coming. Some of it was wild, but it was always funny. I was never like meant to be something other than Mikey just getting a laugh out of everyone and make what can I say?
He liked to see people's reactions.
Yeah, he loved to see our reactions. And sometimes it'd be a funny, uncomfortable reaction, but it'd still be worth it. So let's show this little montage of Mikey Pandora Box introductions when he would come on the show.
I think I am, and I think this man as well too is doing this with me. What's up, Mikey?
Do people realize how evil this show is? I don't think they really.
I don't think
you're evil, man.
Opening the box of secrets and other otherworldly forbidden knowledge. Mikey Sutton, what's up, bro?
Superman is a big galoot.
No.
What the fuck? I mean, look at Pandora's box. There will be no Kentucky Fried Chicken on Pandora's box tonight. Just to let you guys know.
Over here, Mr. Mikey Sutton. What's up, Mikey?
Mia Goth has joined the cast of Blade. Welcome to Pandora's box.
Oh, damn it.
Mikey.
I have to ask Necron. What is more horrifying? The movies of John Carpenter, Pandora's Box, or the rest of James Gunn's DC slate at San Diego Comic-Con? What's going to scare you more?
I'm going with James Gunn's slate. That's pretty terrifying to me. That's a modern terrifying. What are you going with, Mikey?
Well, I think James Gunn was. Kevin Feige will not be at San Diego Comic-Con, so James Gunn has a whole stage to himself.
I know, isn't that kind of funny?
Go with Mr. Mikey Sutton. What's up, Mikey?
Chopped off heads full frontal nudity, and ghosts that give blowjobs. Welcome to the 80s version of Pandora's Box.
Very 80s tonight, right?
Mr. Mikey Sutton.
A group of women are standing in front of a grave. They're crying. Women are dressed in black. There's a coffin. Inside the coffin is a dead penis. The women are bawling their eyes out as the cock of their life is going to go 6 feet under. They can't stop weeping over the penis.
Oh my Lord.
They've never had this kind of heartbreak and sadness. Imagine losing your penis and then being there at the funeral. You have now opened Pandora's box.
What the
heck? Hello, Retro and
I apologize, Retro. I had no idea.
And I clearly had no idea.
Mikey.
I literally came up with it and say, I don't know how this film popped.
Oh my God.
And he make sure to put Retro before I come on. You know, I want to see her reaction to the story.
That was so embarrassing. I was like, oh my God.
I think if you're a co-host with Mikey, you were always gonna get, you know, one of those moments where he's like he did it to Sil. He did it to
yeah, he did
Skywalker.
it to everybody. Yeah,
Did it to
which is
me and now you know, he just got you.
Yeah. But he loved it. He loved shocking us. But you know those intros, and when you put it together like that, it's so you see how much he was thinking way ahead, right?
Oh yeah.
So he did like it was fully planned. He knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah.
What a genius.
He had big plans for this show. He was always, yeah, we got so many people popping. What's up, Sin?
Hi everybody.
He had like big plans for this show. He wanted this to be his big retro show where we had retro subjects, and obviously that's what we were doing, but he was ready to bring people in the industry he knew on. He just he was just wanting to, and it, you know, just to keep seeing my subs, you know, grow and all that. And so you know, you get to a point where it's like worth asking someone to come on a channel, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure once we got to the 1,000 sub mark, then he was ready to, you know, take it to the next level. Because, you know, he was always pushing for me and Sky to get to that 1,000 sub mark. You know, that was I guess, you know, in YouTube world, that's the magic number, right? 1,000 subs
right,
or
right, because then you can get monetized.
Yeah. So he was always saying, he goes, yeah, we're gonna bring this person on, and remember, he was gonna do, when we got to 1,000 subs on my channel, he was gonna do a signing. He was gonna sign all 3 Dreamwalkers. First 2.
I think I remember.
Were you there for that? Yeah, he was gonna do that and then sign number 3, which will be coming out, I believe, in the fall sometime, hopefully late fall. And he was gonna sign them and give them to one lucky person, man. Was gonna win those.
I was hoping it would be me.
Me too. Can I enter my own contest?
Man,
might be a conflict of interest, right? But
yeah,
you know, he always had cool ideals, man, to get people involved. You know, he was ready to you know, do what he had to do. But the connections of Mikey, dude, are just amazing. And it's funny now, you know, when you see people talking, you know, about Mikey and, you know, this and that, you know, in a negative light, let's just say, and now you know so many things about Mikey, knowing him and knowing his past and knowing what he really knew and people he knew. It's almost hilarious going back now and looking at all that stuff, and these people have they're really just, they made themselves look very foolish, because Mikey was very well connected, and he he was getting ready to hit the stratosphere in the connection world too. So it's bittersweet, I guess is the right word, to know he was having that success, and the success that was coming his way down the pike was even going to be bigger than the success he was already having. So, but anyone who ever questioned Mikey Sutton and his credibility and this and that is really just making foolish comments. Yeah, and a lot of them even knew they were making foolish comments, which we know they were just doing it for engagement. But I think negativity was jealousy. Oh yeah, for sure. But we're not gonna focus on them people, are we, right, Joe? Hey, what's up, Christopher? Let's talk about
nerds.
Yeah, he's doing some good stuff. Anybody wants to watch some cool geek stuff, get over to the Kingdom of Nerds channel. Really good stuff. Bruce Fur's a cool dude, and he's done well to clean up Max's channel and make it fun again. And I'm just happy for him and the success they're having over there nowadays.
Okay.
But yeah, man, Mikey, remember those backstage? How Mikey would just tell great stories and
it wouldn't end on with the show. It just just had
Mikey
a way of just going on
Mikey
and
would
on.
keep you backstage sometimes, especially on if it was one of Sky shows and he wanted everybody to come backstage.
Oh yeah, I've been
Remember
to
those?
a couple of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Mikey would have some great stuff. We still can't divulge publicly because there's so much stuff that's cool that's happening.
Yeah, I mean, Mikey was like a year ahead of everybody else, like in the future.
Oh yeah.
So you couldn't. I think it might have been unfair to actually release scoops of his when they were released, because no one would know what the heck was going on until like a year later, and then they would come out, and it's like, oh wow, so he was too
I mean,
far
if you were
ahead.
actually really following this stuff, Mikey was right.
Yeah.
On a lot of scoops.
And the thing is that for a lot of the things that he was saying, even the things that changed, like a lot of the news is coming out now, like, hey, this was what was going on behind the scenes. This is what was happening behind the scenes. That's why we didn't get, the thing that, he
Mikey
said.
Had scoop. A lot of them, they would come back and been confirmed actually that he was right at that moment. That that was the plan, at that moment, and that's hey Josh, what's going on, man? We got the good Austin. Just want to shout out the good Austin, my fellow Cool Table member. He says he's on the road, bad service, but wanted to say love y'all, praise and honor Mikey Sutton. We carry his legacy forward. Hashtag Mikeyverse forever. Hashtag Mikeyverse. You know it, bro.
Yeah, good. Hope you're doing good. The good Austin.
I think he's doing all right. He's having to go on a trip, but be safe, Austin. We're all
drive safe.
Yeah. Hey, Bro Grew. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier.
Hey, Bro Grew. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for supporting this Mikey stream. Mikey had so much fun on this show. I mean, don't get me wrong. Mikey had fun on everybody's show. I think each show, right, I had to matter to him in a different way. You know what I mean?
Like sometimes I'd watch a lot of people, and definitely a lot of live streams. So sometimes I'd be watching a live stream. It's like, oh, by the way, we have a special guest, Mikey Sutton. I'm like, what? He's on that show as well. And it was like, he just like stopped by to say hi and drop a scoop or two. And it was really interesting. The scoops he would drop would always be totally different from like a totally different category from what we're dropping typically on like a Sill stream or with other people. He had new scoops covering different markets, and it was like, wow. Again, a lot of it was so far into the future, and people were like, "Ah, that's," they were quick to say that's not gonna happen. I don't think that's
Quick to
possible.
dismiss. Yeah.
Yeah. But, if you look into it, there is some truth to it. Plus more, you gotta ask about motives here, and
Oh yeah.
that wasn't Mikey's motive at all to
Nope.
give false accounts of anything. Um, and it just, kind of breaks my heart that people would think that about him because he was truly a very nice man
He.
and wouldn't was not out to hurt anybody.
Oh no. Mikey,
Yeah.
one of the last, just totally good spirited guys. Even when
Mhm.
he's they're trying to dunk on him. He just it, he never got really angry about it. I noticed he was just like,
Yeah, he would laugh about it a lot of times and
pretty much,
try
because he
to.
he was just so confident because his information, which was pretty much spot on. He was just like, oh, they're gonna look stupid, like that's on them. That's what they
Yeah.
want to say and believe. Remember, when I lost my train of thought, man. Oh well, it's gonna happen tonight, people. I remember watching old Rogue episodes, Pandora's Box episodes, and Night Shift. Fun times. Yeah, Mikey always. That's
Oh.
that's what I wanted to say. Mikey, even when he was given bad news, and that seems to get skipped over a lot from his opposition, that he
Mhm.
always gave us bad news too, but he did it in such a way where it wasn't even bad. It was still he kind of made the situation kind of laughable and fun. That was just
Oh,
one thing that he was really good at, is like, even though this sucks, I'm still gonna, make it fun and like find some way to make it, give it a good spin at the end of it. You know what I
and
mean?
yeah, and that's pretty much where, he came up with, or the community kind of came up with along with him, the term bourbon because it was so lighthearted. Like, okay, guys, he would say, I'm about to give you some bourbon.
Yeah,
And people were like, "Oh no, you knew it was bad news," but the way he would tell it would be kind of funny, and it would always be followed with laughter.
yeah. It was never done like, you never got this like anger from it or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
It's almost like, can you believe what they're doing in this?
yeah. He
Can you
was
believe?
never ranty or irate. He was never like yelling, like "I can't believe," he was not rage kind of
He
guy.
wasn't a rage baiter,
No,
not at
no,
all.
no.
And
And which
neither was Sil.
no, yeah.
Or is Sil. He never like
And
had rage bait content or any of that crap, man.
and that's really what, and to be very honestly, on YouTube, big rants and big raves are definitely notorious for the things that are being um are very popular for
Oh
people
yeah,
to like
people.
get more. Yeah. It's
It's an
sensational.
it's an easy path to go down if you want to
Mhm.
do sensational, big rants and raves and just
Yeah.
hate
And I
videos and all this. But
yeah. And I don't have any problem with it, just letting everybody know like that kind of content is cool, but that wasn't Mikey's
that wasn't
or
his thing.
Stills thing. They were about like, you know, really cultivating their audience, bringing the things that were very important to us to the forefront. And like you said, Mikey did not just give us good news; he gave us bad news too. And I think that's what sold me, if you will, sold me on the idea or the like just like really considering his word as more than just like, oh, it's just some guy on YouTube telling everybody a story. But like he was actually like, okay, let me sit you down. They're actually
Yeah.
going to continue to keep Amber Heard as the mirror, and we're like, what? And he's like, yep, get take
Yep.
another sip of bourbon, and it's like, oh
That's so
man,
true.
yeah, like he would really, be really upfront about those kinds of truths, like things that like with Ezra Miller, like we were all everybody was like as much as we supported the Flash movie, we were all still kind of like, they're still gonna keep going with Ezra Miller. He was like,
Yeah.
and he was right. They really did stick with that actor when everybody was saying that he was going to be fired,
He was being
and
replaced.
he was being. Every story was saying that, and he was sticking to his guns. And a lot of people were trying to, really power home the fact that, he said that, oh, by a certain time, the air cut was going to happen. And as we're still finding out now that the trajectory was for the air cut to be released. But because of new management, things change.
Mikey's niece is in the chat.
Oh, hi, Vanessa. Hi.
Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for dropping by.
I hope you're doing well today and hanging in there. It is really interesting how we're finding out now that behind the scenes there was so much that we didn't know what was going on. Nobody did. But now we're learning. Like, oh yeah, there was a battle within Warner Brothers to actually, keep some of this, get certain things out and keep some of the stuff that was going. Ayer has been a lot more upfront about what happened behind the scenes.
He is.
And it's frustrating, I'm sure, for him, because there's his work. He wants to release it and he can't. It's all ready, and he's got to wait until Warner Brothers is like, okay, we feel safe now and confident that your work is not going to compete with somebody else's. That's really crazy.
That basically means here's a dangling carrot,
But they didn't extend the same courtesy to him when James Gunn decided he was going to make a Suicide Squad movie and pretty much name it close to the same thing, to the point people are like, oh, isn't the Suicide Squad? But oh no, it's Suicide Squad. Like, come on. Like, they didn't have a problem with that. And retconning.
I mean, they couldn't call it Task Force X or something.
Or Suicide Squad 2. I mean, just for the snack of it, that would be like it.
I didn't like how all Ayer's characters were treated in that movie, regardless. So the only one made it through Harley. That was like, I'm not gonna get into that movie. It just annoys me. But remember, one of the biggest scoops that a lot of people tend to forget about is who was the guy who said the Snyder Cut was going to be released first, while everybody else saying it would never happen?
No.
Mikey. Mikey knew from way back that it was happening. And I remember those streams when on Sill's channel. Mikey was saying years ago that, oh no, it's happening. It's going to happen. And everybody was saying, oh, just like they're saying now with Cell's ESJL Netflix. Oh, you're crazy. It's never going to happen. And you had all this resistance coming against, Mikey and Sill's scoop that it was happening. And Mikey was right. It did happen. And he did say it was going to be on HBO Max. Oh, yeah. We love Mikey Vanessa. He was part of this show. And what was this show? I can't really, we were just here along for the ride. Mikey came up with the topics and told us what to talk about. Mikey was great. But yeah, Mikey scooped out years before it was released. And let me see if do I still have this?
Well, I know the Spider-Man scoop was his big one. And that it garnered a lot of attention from a lot of people.
That was
even Robert Meyer Burnett even remembered that one. So I thought he had he was a legend, a pure legend. Just his ability and what he was able to do.
Remember the whole backstory of that scoop?
To do with Valdez. Yes.
Yes, Kate. He just wanted to make her happy. That's why he released the scoop. He wanted to go tell her, like, no, don't be sad. He's still in it.
Aw.
He wasn't even trying
It
to.
was on her birthday, right?
Yes, he didn't want her to be sad on her
Yeah.
birthday, so he gave her a nice birthday. And it wasn't even about him trying to go viral or anything. He was just like, hey, Kate, check this out. It's gonna be cool. And that's what I love about Mike. Even his Dreamwalker show, how that came to be. When he made the comic, he just wanted to make a comic.
Yeah.
But the comic was so cool, it found its way to people who were, producers of TV and movies, and they're like, hey, this is a great idea. And they approach Mikey. Mikey doesn't even know, he wasn't like doing this with the intention of, oh yeah, I'm gonna be Mr. Hollywood or whatever. He was just making a cool comic. And that's why I love to see when things with just, cool, good intentions get rewarded. And Mikey got rewarded tenfold, and then he got, Kate as Cat, or as the saying goes, Kate is Cat. I don't know if I still have any of them old pictures in here.
Yeah.
He did such a good job with that, man. No.
Yeah, he was I love the story of his after his first stroke, like how he kind of came up after that, and just the idea of him, like, since he had become so much more creative, and how he changed the whole story from being a comedy to being a horror story, and it was a much better fit in the beginning. Just incredible stories from Mikey. He was also a great storyteller as well.
Story time.
Yeah, I mean, not just story time, but also, like,
I know what you mean. Actual storytelling.
Yeah, when he told the story about his about Dreamwalker, and told the story about, and he tells any kind of story. I mean, the times that he did those streams with Robert Meyer Burnett and Zod Rider, those were really incredible streams where he told some really incredible stories, and he just going back in time, it almost transports you to the actual place.
Mikey was like, beginning with Dreamwalker, he was the George Lucas of Dreamwalker.
Oh yeah.
And but George Lucas had a Skywalker. So did Dreamwalker.
I knew where that was going.
Yeah, you saw that one coming a mile away, man. What's
hey,
up, Sky?
Skywalker.
Hey, much love, guys. Thank you guys for being here and doing this stream. I can't stay super long, but I did want to make sure that I tapped in with you guys because this is really a special thing that you guys are doing, and I just wanted to let everybody know to, hey, make sure you guys tap in with that GoFundMe if you been able to up to this point. I am sure that the family could use all the help that they can get. So even if it's $1, $2, it don't matter. Just whatever you guys can do. If you're able to do anything, just
again, and it's pinned at the top of the comments. So all you gotta do is click on the pinned link, and it'll take you right there, guys. If you want to donate anything to help Mikey's family cover the expenses of everything that's going on.
Hold on.
Everybody's saying, "What's up, Sky? Hey, you're going live tonight, Skywalker."
Okay, I can hear you guys now.
Oh, okay.
All right. I couldn't hear you for like a cool little second, but I got my audio back.
No, I was just saying, and you're going live tonight as well, right? You're gonna have a show.
I am going live. Live later. Plus, I got some other stuff that I gotta go handle before that. So, but I just want to come tap in with y'all real quick because I was listening in, and it was such a great conversation, because you guys have been right about everything that you've been saying. Mikey did love surprising all of us and just seeing the reactions on our faces.
It was almost like a baptism, right? Like you had to
Yeah.
have it happen to you.
Oh no, he knew what he was doing.
Oh
he
yeah,
knew.
he knew.
Yeah.
Mikey had
He
everything
knew.
mapped out.
Right, like, cause he'd even be doing it backstage, like.
Yeah, that's right.
He'd be like, you know, because I'll have like the camera off and I'm just walking around the house with my headphones in, and he'd be like, Sky, I need you to cam up for this part, and I'm like, oh my goodness! Like every time he said that,
You knew something was about to happen.
I always knew it was something coming that was about to be crazy. So he absolutely knew what he was doing. He just really loved making his friends happy, and I'm just very glad to have been able to know the big homie 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's easy for me to say. I mean, Sky probably wouldn't say it because he's humble about it, but for me, seeing Sky and Mikey got pretty darn close, you know, the last year or so, I would say, especially with Night Shift, and got Sky got some nice privileged information sometimes, and like, you know, it's just crazy to know Mikey Sutton was about to be he's already the shit, but he's about to be that shit. Like he was this.
Look, thank you for saying that, because I heard you guys touching on that earlier. Yeah, like obviously, you know, but you guys were speaking to it. That's why Mikey had that confidence, because he knew the information that he was getting was like, I mean, look, I knew where he was getting it from, and I was like, oh shit, like that's crazy. And yeah, you just see why at that point, like, he had all that confidence in what he was saying, and everything that everybody tried to say negative about him, it just kind of bounced off of him, right? And he just kept going because he knew how silly that it actually was. And yes, to answer your question, Mikey was, I mean, he was already like leaving the stratosphere, but he was about to leave this galaxy. He really was. Yeah, he was going to be in a whole, like, his life was changing, and he was changing our lives in the process. But yeah, there were huge things coming. You know, and I'm going to stay tight-lipped because some of these things might still come true. Yeah, you just never know.
You never know. So we keep it till everyone else gets to know it, right? That's the best thing. But you know, I do want to touch on this guy. Mikey believed in this. Mikey believed in the cell movement. He, because like we always said, Mikey would have told us, or he would have told Sky probably first, this is going nowhere, dude. Don't do this. That's how Mikey was. He was honest, but he knew, and he told Sky this was going somewhere. This has momentum.
Y'all think that Mikey would have got me Zack Snyder's address if he didn't believe in what we was doing, yo?
Come on, dude.
Right? That man, yo. I asked for Mikey's help. I was like, Mikey, like, I need this, bro. Like, I really need this, because it's gonna be big. I just got this vision, and bro, he got the next day. Next day. So
he is, man.
Absolutely. Like, when I tell you that Mikey believed, he would have shot this thing down from the very beginning, and he didn't. Right?
No.
So he absolutely did believe. That's why he kept covering it the way that he was. Man, when he saw the Forbes articles, yo, he was so happy, yo. Like, man, everything that happened at full circle, like, you guys have no idea how happy that Mikey was, yo. You know, and it's crazy because I actually needed something that I hadn't seen from him in like a long time, and it was like really far back in my DM conversation. So I was like scrolling through this morning, and it was funny. I was just going through all these old messages and just remembering all these moments, and it's like, dude, that man was so special, and he believed in all of us. So he really believed in what we were all doing, and I just think that at this time, it is best to that we all honor him by just pushing forward with all of these stuff and making the things that he believed in as big as possible, right? Which includes Phil, which includes Dreamwalker, other things that may be coming down the line from the Mikey verse, right? Like just celebrating him. I mean, and for all these scoops that he gave us, right? That we're gonna watch come true in the coming years, right? We get that chance to continue to spread his legacy. Then, it's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff where hashtag Mikey was right. I mean, from just Night Shift and Rogues and Scoop Set, right? There's all type of stuff that he was still dropping on Scoop Center that ain't happened yet, right? So, but it's still going to come true.
It's
so,
happen.
Man, we got years and years of Mikey was right, yo. This man left a tremendous legacy, and it is up to all of us to really make sure that it lives on.
Well, like you, people in the chat were saying, and you said this before, Mikey set us all up with the tools. We just gotta work them. It's up to us to carry it forward, but we have the tools to do it. Mikey gave it to us.
Right? Like, I mean, when Dreamwalker comes out, do you know how hard I'm gonna be pushing it? Right? Like, it's just, that is how we honor him, we make the things that he believed in as big as possible, and we continue to support his family and his loved ones in any way that we can. Make sure you guys hit that GoFundMe, right? This is just up to us to really make sure that he lives on.
For sure, dude.
Yes.
The Mikey verse continues. He's directing behind the scenes even more so, but the Mikey verse continues, man. He's still doing things, it is.
Yeah, right. I mean, I've had little moments and stuff, man. It's just like, I was just like, oh my goodness.
I know.
It feels like the spirit of a troublemaker going on right now,
I've actually, I know it sounds weird, but sometimes I'm like, I almost hear him say something to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm doing it. Just pushing me a little bit further than I normally would. Because recently I've had opportunities to do things, and it's I would think oh, okay, I'll pass them up, I'm too busy, I need a rest. I hear this little voice that says, no, go for it, and I'm like, wow, okay. I don't know, and I would like to think that's Mikey,
nudging you along. It is
nudging a friend along, because that's what he kind of was, very supportive of everybody. Who would tell him anything, he would be, that's the way he was, always pushing forward. And like I said, towards the last, I want to say 4 or 5 months, he was just busy. I was just like, when is he going to get a chance to? He was on doing all sorts of things. And he was ramping up his schedule even more. So, there is no excuse, for not trying as hard as you can to reach your goal. I think that's another thing that I kind of picked up from the last week, was sort of oh yeah, there really is no excuse. This man is really, did his very best to really, hit all corners, all through the last, like I said, 4 or 5 months. He's just been on this incredible tour, if you will. Like, and
like I heard Necron say earlier, he's like, "Yo, that this was Mikey's show. Night Shift was his show too, right? He was the one coming up with all the topics and all that stuff. So, like he was really just pouring out and like his all into these other people's platforms and really just helping them.
Yeah.
He really wanted to he was really, true to his word, when he would say, rising tide raises all ships. He really wanted to bring everybody along with his success, man. He was all about it, You don't see many people who do that, who think about other people when they're having success. Usually, they think about themselves. I'm not saying that's a terrible thing, that's just usually, but Mikey was like, he wanted everybody to succeed with him. That was just like a great attribute that he had.
Now, one interesting memory that kind of popped into my mind is there were many times during your shows, Sky, before you guys connected and started doing shows together, he would just hang out in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And Nightwing kind of reminded me, and Nightwing kind of reminded me a few moments ago. He would just go in there and drop a Mikey bomb, right? And it's like, oops, I didn't really mean to do that.
Innocent. After he just dropped the bomb.
Yeah, and that was.
He remember when he started texting this guy?
Oh yeah, that was.
Show.
And you would laugh for like 30 minutes straight, and we'd all be like, "What's happening?"
Mike just got. Sky
and you're like, "I can't tell you anything."
That's like mind blowing, and he's still trying to keep the show rolling. And Mike, man, doing that, man.
If y'all would have saw some of the messages, you react the same way, 100%. Because he just knew like when and how to drop a tremendous bomb on you. Like you'll be in the middle of a great groove, timing. Right?
Yeah.
And you'll be cooking, and he knows that I'll be on my phone, so like I just see it pop up, and I can and I just like, oh my god, dude! And it's like, bro, come on, man. It would totally throw off the topic, but it was always very welcomed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because you're probably getting great news, like what this stuff went down.
Yeah, sometimes I'd be just laughing because at the ineptitude, right, of like a certain situation. So it was either great news or it was great news because it was hilarious to hear what was actually going on.
I know what you might be talking about.
Right? Yes. There's been a few times that I was definitely laughing at the ineptitude of what was actually going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, this might just go off a little, but I do want movement. I've noticed it seems like there's a against it, at least in my world.
I'm sorry. I think you're breaking up a little. Say that again.
Okay, I thought it was just me. I was like, yo.
Okay, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better.
On the Sell movement, your campaign to sell the Snyderverse to Netflix, this week I have noticed like a mad increase of resistance and like to it. And I'm just like, so that tells me it's obviously gearing up and things are moving in that direction because people I always say this, when something doesn't matter, who cares? Are you gonna if the crazy guy on the street with the sign says the world is coming in tomorrow, are you gonna go and argue with him and tell him no it's not? Tell me why you think that, and you're gonna sit there and debate with him? You're just gonna drive by and go, that dude's crazy. I'm gonna move on with the day. So when these people have to come out of nowhere who don't even follow you and this and that and decide to comment on your, hey, not restore, but sell the Snyderverse to Netflix, post and all that. That means something's going on, and that's why they keep doing that, and trying to belittle it and this and that, because they're scared. I think they're very scared.
Especially when like, because I put out a post that was getting, you know, just a decent amount of engagement. That's what they hate too. They hate when you put something out and it's getting engagement. You know what I'm saying? So like
Oh,
that,
for sure, Scott.
that's like the worst thing you could possibly do is say something that actually resonates with people, right? Yo, God forbid, right?
They
But
get all bent out of shape. They start seeing it getting momentum, and you know, like what?
oh yeah,
No.
you know, but luckily, you know, I was hearing you guys speak about those tools earlier. Mikey would always tell, because man, there'd be so many times, so there'd be so many times where like I would come to Mikey and I'm like, Mikey, like this is what's going on, whoop de whoop, and this I'm gonna handle it, and I'm about to go off and I'm gonna cook, whoop de whoop de whoop, and he'd be like, man, like this. He's like, why? Like this is like, and then I kind of like pause and be like, well, you know, because of this and this, and then he's just like, man, like they don't matter, yo. Like just let it
It's
go.
true.
Just you know, and just keep it going, right? Just keep doing what you're doing. He's like, because if it wasn't working, they wouldn't be there.
They wouldn't care.
They would not be putting up like, yo, for them to put up an obstacle in front of you, you have to already be moving, right? You have to
Very
be
true.
going
That's a
somewhere for
fact,
them
yeah.
to put an obstacle in front of you, because they wouldn't waste an obstacle on something that wasn't moving in the first place.
Mhm.
Just keep on rolling by it. They wouldn't care, man. Nobody would care.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Thank you, Jesus Drinks Jet Fuel. Yeah, but Mikey wholeheartedly believed in the cell movement, so that's something that we keep fighting for as well. You know, in Mikey's honor. It's one and hashtag Dreamwalker. And I'm gonna keep saying this for the whole thing. At the top of my comments, I pinned the GoFundMe link.
Yes.
If you can please give anything you can. Like we were saying, doesn't have to be a big, doesn't have to be small. It's just whatever you can give. Everything helps Mikey's family to get them through this time, because you know this was unexpected. So
Yeah,
please
it
donate
like
if
really
you
caught
can.
us all
Oh yeah,
off guard 100%.
Yeah.
yeah. You know,
I still
Mikey
can't
was our
believe it.
friend, but also Mikey was the mentor behind the scenes for a lot of this as well. At least, you know, I think I can say that for Sky and me. You know, maybe as you got more involved in it, retro, you know, Mikey always had words of wisdom, and he'd been through so many things. He could offer a great opinion on situations, you know, especially this stuff. And you know,
He's
too,
like, oh, just
Mike.
let him talk. Just let him talk. I was like, oh my God, Mikey.
Oh yeah.
Wise words.
I think he enjoyed laughing at their nonsense because he knew how wrong they were. You know, Mikey knew what the real situations were going on behind the scenes and all this
Yeah.
stuff. So
Bruh, I'd be laughing too. When he told me who he was getting his information from, I was like, yo, I totally get the confidence now, bro. I totally get the confidence about all these scoops and you trusting your information, because I trust the shit out of him too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Might as well be like talking to James Gunn himself half the time.
Might
Right?
as
Like,
well be.
hey, let me find out that James Gunn was a source. James Gunn leaking the bourbon. Yeah, okay.
James Gunn. Yeah, so I just wanted to, so this week I've been, I don't know, on Twitter, I've been responding to trolls and agents and this and that, having fun with it. As you know, Leon quoted many months ago, a social experimente, just to see, you know, what they do and all that. And oh yeah, man, they you know, they projected. They're saying we're projecting. Then why are you coming into our post and tweets and commenting. It's just hilarious. They're trying so hard to belittle the movement when they know the momentum is like carrying for it. But Mikey really did have the power of the Speed Force. What's up, Josh?
Hi, Josh.
Yeah, Mikey was a wizard behind the curtain. That is a fact, dude. Mikey was the wizard. He knew, man. He knew all the stuff. It was just crazy. Even on this nerd, my retro nerd stuff, Sky, we would talk about how Mikey could just go back to 1975 or 4 and just pull out some wild TV show that lasted like not even a whole year, maybe a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that was like a pilot.
Yeah, Mikey would like know the rundown, the stars, and
some unreleased secret pilot no one knows about. He knew about it, and he would tell you the producer, the writer, the cinematographer. He had knowledge about all that stuff.
Mikey too. Remember the retro babes? That was totally Mikey's ideal. And he's like, oh no, you got to put this girl in there and make sure that you get a picture of her, that's really hot, so everybody will check it out. Mikey knew, he just knew. I'm like, okay, like this Mikey, and he's like, yeah, that's it, or Mikey finding ways to get people into the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then he's like, oh, but then, we'll have Retro on there and she'll throw a curveball to everyone because, they're thinking it's going to be a whole, guys' night out, and Retro's going to throw in her picks too, He always thought of that curveball to throw at people, never let them think they had it all figured out. I love that about Mikey, man. Mikey, well, the mastermind.
The mastermind.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny you say that, Justin, because he really was, and he was even more so than we can imagine. I mean,
the
I knew a
mastermind.
fraction of the things the mastermind was up to, a fraction. He had so much going on, it's crazy. Josh says, hey everyone, thank you all for doing this memorial stream. We all know that Mikey is watching all of us with a big smile on his face. Yeah.
Oh, so nice.
At first, I was telling Retro backstage, I was dreading this.
Me too.
I was good, but now I'm not dreading it. I think it need, like you, Sky, with your stream, it just needed to be done. It has to be done at a certain point, and we definitely got to do it with the fundraiser going on from the GoFundMe.
Yeah, talking about the situation definitely helped me a lot. And it's just it's a sad time, but as I said before, I am excited that we get to celebrate him and everything that he left us with, because I really do feel like that's like my purpose in this thing now, is to just go get these things done and then celebrate Mikey Sutton while doing so, and of course, once these things come to fruition.
Yeah. Things like this can happen all of a sudden. Show your family and friends that you love and appreciate them. That's true, That, as they say, give them their flowers while they're alive too. Now, don't
that was also one reason why I wanted to do that stream so bad, because I wanted to let you guys know, just in the community, like just how much you guys meant to Mikey. Like, I did want that to be known, because man, we spent so much time talking about you guys and just ideas and how much you guys are gonna love certain stuff, and just just about growing the community, and just how our community is so much different than everybody else's, because it's like we're so multifaceted and all working together, and it's like multimedia and stuff. It's streams, it's edited videos, it's this stuff, it's movies, it's games, it's pop culture, like it's all these different things. And he just really loved this community, man. He really did. And I wanted to kind of let people know, because I did feel that they needed to know, and maybe that would help them while they were feeling all that emotion and like sadness. You know, maybe they could take a little bit of solace in that fact.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was obviously some silence before everybody, did their streams. And I always liked, Austin breaking the ice with his charity drive that he did late on Sunday night.
Mhm.
I that was a great move because it kind of just it broke the ice slow enough,
Mhm.
where Austin wasn't trying to go on and talk much. He was just driving, but doing the talking and doing his little charity, and then the big dog still got on with him, and it was great. And then, you know, your streams guy, that was still with the fresh wounds, but you managed to get through it, and that was a big deal. And Zod's and Robert Meyer's stream as well, and everybody else who's done one,
Yeah.
Mikey affected, all of us in this community. And you remember that what that one friend of Mikey said? Mikey always took a group of misfits and
made them feel like superheroes.
Made them feel like superheroes.
And I'm like, that's exactly what he did with us.
That's what he's did with us, man. Because we are all obviously little misfits, and he was. I like that he
literally
was, attracted to misfits too. Like that was his people. So
yeah,
that's what he did. Literally did. That was Walker, right? Man, it's crazy.
That was a really hard comment to see, Necron, because like it hit me like right then and there when I saw it. Because it was a friend of Mikey's from college, and he was like, even back then he was finding his group of misfits and making them all feel like superheroes. And I was like, wait, like that's literally what he just did with us. And I was like, wow.
Literally what he did and what he's doing. Turn us in, like, helped turn me into a guy who never thought of doing YouTube. That wasn't something I thought of doing. But Mikey.
And now look at him, full-fledged content creator, right?
Full-fledged content creator, yeah. Now I got some pushing from Skywalker, and I got some pushing from oh man, Joaba. I'm sorry, Francisco. I'm blanking tonight. I always talk about this when I get on here, dude. Sometimes I can't remember things. That's why I was always so amazed Mikey could just snap the whole thing like this. Don't phase him at all. He remembered everything. Yeah. But yeah, Francisco and Sky I think are like the two major guys that say, no, you can do this, we can do this, we can do it. And here we are now, full-time content.
I used to be hitting it with the Mr. Birds, right?
Yeah, I used to do that. And Socks, I hope you're feeling a little better, dude. I know you were having a rough time. You just remember you're not alone. Everybody's around.
Oh yeah.
I think I'll cry when Dreamwalker issue 3 comes out, and I think that's fine, dude.
I will.
Shit, I am.
Yep, I'm gonna cry way before that too.
Dreamwalker 3 is gonna mean so much to so many people.
Man, yo, I keep tearing up just thinking about the fact that like he promised, he was like, yo, I'm gonna put all you guys in this comic book, and I'm gonna immortalize you guys. Like he's always say that, and then like that was the last one that he turned in is the one where a bunch of our characters make our first cameo.
Yeah, because remember, I think it was originally going to be in issue 6. He pushed it all the way up to issue 3, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wasn't that the plan, Sky, way back when?
Well, yeah. Like it's still like a full reveal in issue 6, but like a lot of us have like little cameos and little Easter eggs.
That's in pops
in
up.
number 3, right? So yeah. Indian was my goodness.
And it looks like I can't say for sure, I really don't know, but it kind of looks like Noel might know, the story going forward, at least, through issue 6, right? That was like how do you say it? Like that was gonna be like the first chapter or the first book of Dreamwalker.
Yeah, it was definitely gonna like number 6 was that golden number that they were gonna get to, and
Yeah.
then it was gonna be like other spin-offs and stuff after that, and other projects, but I'm not sure like how many volumes or who's
Yeah.
say that was gonna
Who
be in
knows
there.
from that point what
Yeah.
happens, But the main thing is issue 3 is coming out. Like
Yeah.
Oh
what?
my god, I can't wait.
Late fall, maybe? Is that when we expect to see it?
That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
don't know if you
he
saw.
said to me once that he quoted October 31st, but I don't know if they're still keeping that date.
Yeah, well, that would be late fall. That's what I kind of remember. Just expect something around late fall.
Mm.
Exactly what with Mikey, I don't know, but that's what I heard was late fall. So it's coming regardless. I don't know, but when it does, and when we get the info, we will definitely on all our channels push that info out there to everyone, man.
Right after I get my pre-orders in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's a fact. We will get
Then
our
I'll put
pre-orders
that
first,
information out to
then
everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna pre-order, and then I'm gonna put the link out for the rest of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm making sure I'm getting mine in first, 100%.
Oh yeah, yeah. And don't be tight. Get those special covers, limited covers, and all
Oh
that
man,
too, man, because they'll kill you on eBay later. Get
they
them while you
will.
can. Yeah.
They're gonna hit you over the head on eBay.
You're gonna max out that PayPal card,
Facts.
I can't wait to see the covers.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're gonna be amazing.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I'm still curious as to what my character looks like, yo. I still have no clue. I have no clue.
Who prints it? It's Second Skin Comics is the publisher. .com. First 2 are sold out, but you can find them on I believe eBay if you look.
eBay.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll let you know, JD, when it's ready after we secure our orders. Like what Skywalker was saying, because I'm not getting screwed up.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Now Sky can't stick around much longer, and I probably am gonna be wrapping the show up soon, because Pandora's Box was never a long show. It was like an hour to an hour and a half, and we're almost at that moment. So main thing, please donate to the GoFundMe if you can. It would really be appreciated by Mikey's family.
Yes.
Because yep, it's here and it's pinned at the top of the chats. Skywalker, do you have anything you want to promote before we sign out?
Man, I am going live later. Should be an interesting conversation.
Can
Make
I
sure to check that out.
If you ain't subscribed to Skywalker's channel, please go over there and subscribe, because we're trying to get them up to 700. You're almost there, right?
Yeah, I'm at like 695, I think.
So I know some of you metalheads, Sky's my friend, do me a solid and go subscribe to Skywalker the Jedi, and let's push them past that 700 mark so we get them up to 800 next. So,
hey, I be popping up over here sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. You might be more of a regular guest on Pandora's Box.
Shouts out to Frazier, you know what I'm saying, and all them boys, right?
I told Retro earlier I gave Frazier a wrench, but if he abuses
he's
getting de-wrenched.
You was like, yo, now don't go too far with it, Frazier, right? Pretty much. But
Frazier be banning everybody. I should have stayed at 666. I was Necron 667. Oh, you're the neighbor of the beast, bro.
Right.
Yeah, see, we're going to try to get you past that tonight, dude, because you did that for me. I remember you got me past 700. So, yes, sir. That's what happened.
Necron. Hey, bro. Solid.
Do you watch Def Clock? Yes, I do. Now let's finish. Let Sky finish. I should say his plug, man. I'm sorry. I just had to get that in there. All right.
Wait, what the comment say? Fraser needs the what?
Fraser needs to be negative.
Fraser is a comic character.
Fraser would be a perfect comic book character.
Fraser is a comic book character, bro. Facts, like 100%. Right, but yeah, I am going live later. That should be an interesting conversation. Can't wait to have that. It's just something that I've been kind of thinking about for years that I've never like truly spoken on. And I'm gonna do that tonight. So that should be a lot of fun. But mostly, yeah, I just want to let you guys know to support the GoFundMe for Mikey Sutton's family. Yo, that is something that is of great importance to me, the rest of this entire community. We loved Mikey. Mikey loved all of us, and it's really up to each and every one of us to just continue on his legacy and, like I said, make the things that he believed in and put his time into the biggest that we can possibly make it, and to pour into his family in any and every way that we can, and his loved ones as well. So you guys, thank you so much for allowing me on the platform to come spend some time on Pandora's Box. Thank all you guys that were in the chat, making me feel welcome. It's cool to be able to come here and have these conversations and be amongst like friends and family. So you guys are amazing, and that's it from me.
Thank you, Sky. Well said.
So good to see you today.
And Retro Nerd Girl, do you have anything you want to plug before you take off out into the Milky Way?
Well, I
Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah. First of all, I do want to plug again for, I don't know, the Of Teen Time. Do hit up the GoFundMe and donate $1 if that's all you have. But donate something to help with this situation, because it is a big responsibility to bury our loved ones, and let's make sure that there is money for us to do that for Mikey. And second of all, if there is anything to plug, is definitely the Pandora's Box show that we're probably going to keep going with in honor of Mikey.
Yes.
For Mikey.
Every show from here on out is a dedication to Mikey. I was pretty upset 2 Saturdays ago, I should say, when we got the news, and I was just like, I can't do this without Mikey. This was Mikey's baby.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, you get a little more calmer, and your emotions aren't so high. I know Mikey would be like, "What are you doing? No, continue this. Just I want you to."
Can't you hear his voice, right?
Yes. What are you doing? No, this is cool. What are you talking about? This is perfect for you guys.
Come on, man.
I set you up already. I set you up with the show. Why don't you just keep going?
Just keep going. So we will continue it. We'll look at different ways of how we're going to continue it. I'm not sure if it'll be weekly, but it's going to be. You're going to get Pandora's Box.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. We're going to continue doing it because Mikey created it, and it's my tribute to Mikey at this point. We'll find Mikey topics, and we'll have guests on like Skywalker and everyone else, and maybe I'm thinking of bringing on artists and things, all stuff that Mikey liked. Art, movies, pop culture, silly stuff, horror movies. Can we get Retro to watch a horror movie in Mikey's honor? I don't know, but we'll find out.
Hey. Retro, the gauntlet might have just been laid down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Mikey would definitely approve of Retro watching a horror movie.
No, he wouldn't. I hear his voice right now. No.
Hey, I can hear his voice too, and he's saying, "Oh yeah, definitely, yeah."
That's a good one to watch.
Yeah, that is a no.
It'll be good fun.
Yeah.
We'll
It'll
talk
be good.
about it.
It'll be
Zombie.
good fun.
I'm not gonna force her to watch a zombie movie because I know
Broku,
she's
that's
gonna
me.
watch. Broku being a little nasty Jedi right now.
Did you watch Army of the Dead retro?
Yeah, I did, but
Well, that's a
it was
zombie movie.
it's only because it was Zack Snyder. That was it. And it was very difficult. I had to shut it off and go do something else. And then, yeah, it was a process. It was a process.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a lot of these zombie movies are kind of almost action movies. Like Army of the Dead's not really, to me, scary. It's an action movie with zombies in it and other things, going on as we've figured out. But
yeah,
definitely.
We got to get her to watch like 28 Days Later. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, yeah, it might terrify her. Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
Nope.
Not even for a Halloween special.
All right, guys, I will see you.
Bye,
guys.
Action. I can't hear you. Let me reboot.
Now all of a sudden, the reception in the Milky Way galaxy is a little suspect, right?
The volume cut out and everything.
It's funny because her video looks great, right? But it's just
Now you can handle Hammer horror movies from the 60s and
old school, like anything in the the 80s and earlier, like
okay,
all that stuff. Like that's cool. Like
so
early
Mikey
horror
be so
stuff.
proud of you if you watch a couple scary movies in his honor for Halloween.
Now it's a couple. See, it was one. Now it's a couple.
Oh man.
Only Hammer horrors were hitting the sauna. See, JD's crushing at the gym. I'm not sure that's what that's about. All right, man.
Shouts out. Donate
to Mikey's GoFundMe, everyone, if you can. It would be appreciated. I think it's only for a couple more days, so let's give him a big push if you can.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's help him and his family. It's obviously, if it's rough for us, we can only imagine what the family had to go through or is going through. So please, let's not make money issues another problem on top of problems. Let's try to help them come up with the funds they need to help them get through this time, if you can. Much appreciated. No, like we always say, no donation to what you can.
Oh, say that again.
No, is too big. Just do what you can.
I think that what he was saying is no donation is too small, right? And if you can give anything, do so, and no donation is too big either.
I don't know what's going on with my audio today. I'm like,
yeah. Hey, I got you, big dog. I got you.
I knew you knew. You knew, bro. Thank you. All right. Can everybody hear me now? Please.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. It's weird. It randomly does it.
I wonder. I need to reset some settings. All right. Well, maybe I just need to be closer to the mic. That's it.
No, because it was like everything was freezing. Like your video was freezing. It was like
it's my upload.
Internet.
Yeah,
it's my internet issue. Okay.
It may
probably there's some streaming going on in here and streaming going on back there and streaming going on. It's draining my bandwidth.
Hey, physical media, bro. Physical media.
Yeah. Tell me about it. All right. We will play our little like I was saying earlier, Sky, me and Mikey would like, hey, remember this song? You like this band and this band? I made a little video, short video of tunes well, not me, but Mikey approved of. So we'll leave with that. And Mikey, you're our real fucking dream walker now for us, right? We love you, bro. Let me find that for everyone to watch. All right, here we go. See y'all later.